One stock cost me $30,000.
But I still have not sold yet.
And right now, you're probably staring at your screen saying, is this guy all the way there? And honestly, I'm not sure if I am. I'll explain what the stock is and talk about my reasoning. And then at the end, you could judge for yourself. So first, let's talk about what the stock even is. The ticket symbol is MSTR, formerly known as MicroStrategy. Now the name is simply called Strategy, not Micro anymore, I guess. It is founded and led by Michael Saylor. The company was founded in 1989. It started off as a software company. It wasn't crazy profitable or anything like that. It was just kind of a medium average software company, not pulling in crazy numbers, but kind of just floating by. And then the founder, Michael Saylor, started getting very bullish about Bitcoin, arguably more bullish than anybody on planet Earth about Bitcoin. And they started buying Bitcoin in massive numbers. And fast forward to today, it still has its software programs running, but that's like very irrelevant. No one thinks of a software company when they hear MicroStrategy anymore. It's basically just a Bitcoin treasury company at this point. The entire premise of this company is taking on debt and buying Bitcoin with it. As of early 2026, just a couple months ago, they had $61 billion worth of Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin is that? Let me look that up. That is 818,000 Bitcoin. Full coin, $61.8 billion. The entire company basically has no products. It has no service. It's basically just a bet that Bitcoin is going to go up. An extremely leveraged bet. So when I first bought this company, I bought the majority of my holdings. I put about $35,000 into this company, and I'm down about 20 grand as of today, which today is May 21st, 2026. So almost 2 years, about a year and a half later, I'm down pretty much $20,000 from this purchase. And the reasoning of my purchase when I bought this was basically, I thought, if Bitcoin continues to go up, which I think it will this company outperform what Bitcoin can give me? And that's what I thought. And basically the reason and the ideas that I had is I read some articles, watched the podcast, and basically what I read was, if Bitcoin goes up and you compare the percentage that you'll gain on your portfolio versus what you would gain by just owning MicroStrategy, which, like I said, just holds Bitcoin, you would earn 4 times more holding MicroStrategy compared to the Bitcoin portfolio. And I am a believer in Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin's going to continue to go up over the years. So I thought, well, this kind of makes no sense. But specifically because I had money in my Roth IRA that, if you don't know, a Roth IRA, a normal Roth IRA, you can't buy crypto with it. So I thought, what's the closest way to buy Bitcoin in my Roth IRA? And at the time I thought, well, I'm gonna just buy MicroStrategy. And the mistake I made was I put about over half, like 65-70% of the money I had in my Roth IRA in this one stock. And I thought I was gonna make a killing. I really did. And I still think it has a chance. But here's where I went wrong. I did not factor in the downside. Because yes, like I said, if you compare the two when Bitcoin's going up, you're gonna make more money in strategy, yes. But if Bitcoin happens to go down, you're also gonna lose a whole lot more money. And I wasn't thinking about this. I was just thinking emotionally. I thought, oh, I'm gonna make all this money. Well, over the past year and a half, Bitcoin has not nearly performed in a way that most people thought. Most people thought once we hit 100K Bitcoin, that within a month, even some people were saying a couple weeks, we were gonna see 200K Bitcoin. We never touched 200K Bitcoin. In fact, we never even got past like 125K Bitcoin. And as of right now, Bitcoin is at $80,000. And at one point, it was at like $62,000. So we have seen Bitcoin's value drop in half. A little more than half. As of right now, less than half, but it's come down a lot, basically. And because of basically MicroStrategy is a leveraged bet with Bitcoin, since Bitcoin's gone down, I have lost a shit ton of money. But here's the one reason why I haven't sold yet. I still believe in Bitcoin long term, obviously, or else I would have sold. I would have panicked. I would have got out of this. When you do the math, for MicroStrategy to go bankrupt, Bitcoin has to come all the way down to $13,000. At that point, strategy is cooked. No coming back. They're bankrupt. Do I think Bitcoin is ever going to see $13,000 again? Not really at all. I think if for that to happen, it has to have some major pullbacks. I don't even know if we'll ever see 20, 25,000 Bitcoin. This is just my opinion. So I think this is a purchase, an investment that as long as I hold out, Bitcoin is going to see 100K again. It's going to see 200K again. I think Bitcoin could get up to 400, 500K a coin. So it's down right now, yes, but I'm not panicking and selling. I'm not selling off any of my portfolio on this trade because I think there's no way that this trade fails. I still think that. It sounds crazy, even though I'm down so much money in this trade and it's done absolutely horrible. I bought at a bad time, but I still think that this purchase has a chance because I don't think that Bitcoin will hit $13,000. I just don't see a world in where that happens. And I think as long as Bitcoin continues to eventually go up, this trade, I'll make my money back, but I'm still thinking that I could at least double my money off this trade. And Michael Saylor is still buying Bitcoin at crazy speed. And also another thing that keeps me bullish on MicroStrategy, or strategy now, is that Michael Saylor still is putting his money where his mouth is. He's still buying Bitcoin at rapid speeds. Every single month, he is adding crazy amounts of Bitcoin. So, I mean, when you hear the guy talk in podcasts and speeches, he's not panicking. Like literally what he was saying when MicroStrategy's value was going up, he's saying the exact same things. He's saying, hey, obviously Bitcoin can come down and we're going to come down a lot. But once this tide starts turning the right way, we're going to be making crazy amount for our shareholders. So I'm thinking whenever the hell Bitcoin starts really turning the tide, I'm not talking about going from 60 to 75,000. I'm talking going back up into the 100K range. I think I'm gonna start to make some solid money on this purchase. The one thing that I do worry about with this trade though, is this trade, or anybody who holds MicroStrategy, they are at the hands of Michael Saylor. If Michael Saylor ever comes out and says that he's a little bearish on Bitcoin or he doesn't feel quite the same way about where Bitcoin's at, this trade, MicroStrategy's value is gonna plummet, absolutely plummet. It's going to be terrible. And so that is a huge risk with this purchase, owning MicroStrategy. But where I'm at my point in my life right now, $35,000 in my Roth. I believe in Bitcoin, man. I'm willing to wait this thing out because I think if Bitcoin does rip in the ways that I think it can, I think I can make a ton of money with MicroStrategy. And maybe I'm putting this out there right now because I'm trying to speak it into existence. Maybe it never happens, but I still think that there's a good chance. I think it's over 50%. I'm thinking 70% chance that this thing rips. 30% chance it never quite does what I think it's going to do, and I eat a big loss. But I still own way more Bitcoin than I do this trade, MicroStrategy. So it's not like I'm over leveraged in my eyes in MicroStrategy, but I think it's still worth it to own this trade. And right now I'm down $20,000, and this is by far, MicroStrategy is by far the worst stock that I've ever owned in terms of performance. I have never been down this much. Besides trading options, obviously, I blew my whole account. But as far as like owning individual stocks, I've had a pretty good track record. I've made money in most things that I've bought so far. But MicroStrategy has done absolutely terrible. But I still believe in it. I'm still not going to get out of it yet. And hopefully one day I could do an update on this video and hopefully I made a ton of money. But we'll see. But for anybody else who owns MicroStrategy, comment down below. What are you guys thinking? You guys think that this thing really is a 100% success rate? Which I honestly feel like it is close to that 100%. Because I don't see it coming down. I don't see Bitcoin completely crashing and going away ever. I believe in Bitcoin 1,000%. So if I believe in Bitcoin 1,000%, well, then I have to believe in MicroStrategy 1,000%. Because that's what it is. MicroStrategy is Bitcoin. That's all MicroStrategy is a bet with Bitcoin. But anybody else out there that wants to comment down below, if you think I'm crazy, if you think I'm insane, stupid, comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you agree with me, then I also want to hear those thoughts as well. But thank you guys for watching. This is the stock that I'm down $20,000 in. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned for the next update. Make sure you like, Make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.